All right, we're with Malcom Stewart. It's been kind of a rocky start, but what can you expect? You haven't raced pro motocross in about a decade. So overall, how are you feeling? I know you've been kind of sitting in that same top 10-ish area. Overall, how are you feeling so far?
Actually, you know what? I've been enjoying myself. You know, it's one of those, it's been 10 years since I've been here, so, but I mean, honestly, I've been having a lot of fun so far with the outdoors. First three, now we're in the third one. I had a great time. We went 7-7, I think, to maybe 8 overall, but I know, you know, some of the motos aren't, you know, we're not necessarily just shy of that top 5, you know, but, you know, I'm having a good time, you know, and there's really nothing really to, you know, take away from anything. I know there's a lot of fast guys that's going on in our group, and, you know, it's just the hardest thing for me, I think, is really just trying to get that flow, you know, coming to this track.
Yeah.
Last time I came here, man, the first practice was our fastest one. It took me a while to get used to the track. A lot of it's just like, you know, from everything that I've learned and when I used to race here, the lines and some of the stuff, it's all gone. It's all changed. So
everything's changed.
Everything's changed. So it's almost like, I feel almost like Tom Vialle when he first came over to Europe, from Europe to here last year, just trying to find the lines and the pace and everything. I mean, it's changed. You know, the only thing I can kind of go off of those guys is doing a little bit of Supercross, but again, we're having fun, we're enjoying it. You know, the whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna group, they've been putting a lot of effort into this, trying to get me more comfortable, and we're doing everything we can. So, no, not bummed here. I think the ultimate goal is actually to at least try to stay in that, you know, I would like to be in that top 7 range for me, but we're shying that. And you know, once I get a few races, now we're going to start going to East Coast, Mount Morris next weekend, so that should be a good one. And you know, we start getting to that top 5 range, and then, you know, who knows, maybe we'll get in the podium. So racing, it's racing. The only thing I can really take away from this is a lot of positivity, great racing. Anything after a year, whenever you get hurt with a season-ending injury from last year, it's hard to bounce back, and it's very few guys that I know that can just have a year off and then just bounce back and you know finish off where they left off. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
So it's part of the racing, but we're out here, we're racing, we're learning, we're having fun, and we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to take it race by race, and you know, hopefully by the time we get towards the end of this outdoor season, we're kind of where we were, and then we're going to hit the reset button for the Super Motocross, and that's the end of the year.
Yeah, so my biggest question for you was, obviously you've got some experience on Supercross, but none in motocross. So how has it been with this team learning the motocross setup? Has there been any issues? Yeah,
actually, when I came here in 2022, 2022, I did the last 3. I think I did Unadilla, Bloods Creek, and Ironman, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. But we didn't really have a lot of data, you know, with that, and then of course with a whole year with injury. Also at the same time, when I did race, the guy that was on my teammate, Dean Wilson, he's not longer here.
Yep.
So we didn't really have too much of a data to kind of run off, and again, every bike is a little different, has their own bells and whistles. So as far as the data group on the Husqvarna on the 450 side, it's a little tough, and you try to carry over some of the information from the 250 side, but everybody knows it's different engine, it's all weight different, so it doesn't always translate the same. So we're kind of going off of RJ Hampshire, but we kind of just have to make our own way. So we're doing a little bit of testing, but not too crazy, and I'm actually very thankful because I haven't really changed my motorcycle that much, to be honest with you. So that's a great thing. That means that the whole team obviously has a pretty good setup, and we're just going to take what we learn and go from there. But yeah, the team is really working hard, and I mean, we're here, we're having fun, man. Like, yeah, we're not out there winning, you know, and stuff like that, but
you're in a building position.
10 years, man. Like, it's been 10 years. I'm fighting all the way to the end. I ain't giving up. But if it's 7th, 8th, you know, it don't matter to me. To me, I'm going to treat it as a win and keep moving forward and have the same mentality.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're going to be a top 5 guy by the end of the year. One final question for you is, you've been missing your fishing time. Have you gotten some fishing in the middle of the week? Have you gotten that? I know you're itching to. That's normally your summer, right?
Maybe the weekend off. The weekend off after Mount Morris. I may have a little bit of time, but so far, nothing too crazy. We're just focusing on outdoors and enjoying it. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to put some results out here to try to make up.
Well, absolutely. Great start to the year. All right, we're with the legendary Red Bull KTM rider, Aaron Plessinger. You've had a couple great weeks to start off the year. Today, there's some ups and downs, but overall, fantastic start. A lot to build from. What can you take away from Thunder Valley?
I seem to struggle here quite a bit. Last year was actually my best year here, and coming here, I had high hopes and got a great start in that first moto, and you know, I just wasn't really gelling with the bike too much, and around 15 minutes I started getting the flow, get going, and got back up to fifth, which is really good, and then I really just messed that second moto start up.
Yeah, where'd you end up finishing? I didn't see the post out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I got in the second moto, maybe somewhere between 8th and 10th or something like that.
Not fantastic, that's the answer.
Not fantastic, but you know, what can you do? So I wasn't riding good today, so it's we're coming out here healthy and on a high point, and it's still early in the season, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season being really good and get back up on the podium.
So I didn't get to interview last week. I just wanted to ask you, what did it feel like to see Sexton come up from you from behind like that last lap and get you? Were you expecting that? I know you said you were really tired. Your arms were freaking shot, weren't they?
Yeah, for sure. It was gnarly. As a fan of the sport, man, it was crazy to see him do that, and it was awesome. But to pass me in the last corner like that, it took the wind out of my sails for sure.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. I can't be mad at that ride. I led the whole thing, and unfortunately he was just riding a little bit better than I was that day.
Yeah.
So it was an awesome ride still, and push on.
Yeah, I'm not going to take too much time from you, man. Good luck. You've had a great start to the year. Lots to build from. Looking forward to it. All right, we're here with Justin Cooper. Friggin' phenomenal day, man. You obviously fell off end of both motos, but still, you led all them laps, got fantastic starts, and I'm a New Yorker too, so I'm rooting for you over the fence the whole time, man, so it was awesome to see. Great race. How was it?
Yeah, I was pushing, man. First race, I kind of got a gap, and I settled in a little bit too much, like halfway, and that kind of ruined my pace. I kind of lost what I had going to get me that gap, so that was unfortunate, but yeah, I ended up getting caught and passed. Second moto, I didn't make the same mistake. I kept pushing as far as I could, and yeah, just I think I got past with like 3 laps to go, so it's a bummer, but we'll definitely take it. It was an awesome day.
Yeah, you said you were tired. Is your fitness level off compared to the Lawrences? I know obviously they're on another level, so for you to compete with them, friggin' insane.
Yeah, well, if they're like, I was 2 seconds off in practice, so they're doing the pace easier, I guess is what you can say, and I'm giving it my all to keep up with them, you know, or keep their pace. So that's probably where I get a little bit more tired than them. They definitely had pace on me all day, so tried to run and hide.
So the Star Yamaha team, they said, I don't remember what show it was on, they were talking about how since Eli and Coop's out, they're going to put more pressure on you. Do you feel that? Can you handle it? Did they actually do that, or were they just talking?
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of pressure on me. I gotta be up there, and I'm the only guy out there. Yeah. Really for the team. So one Yamaha out there out front, it's pretty lonely. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool today, you know, being the only guy out there and then leading most of the motos. So yeah, I kind of like thought about that while I was leading. I was like, I'm the only Yamaha really. Yeah. Factory out here.
You're repping the whole factory team, man.
I got the team on my back right now out front. So yeah, it felt cool. Is
there anything specifically you got to build on, or just get to that fitness level like the Lawrences had? Because you got the starts, you got the speed.
Well, I took a long time to build in Supercross Tour to get where I wanted to be, and I think we're getting that a little bit quicker. It's a little bit more natural for me out here, and always been a good outdoor rider, so I'm pumped.
Yeah, awesome start, man. Great. All right, we're here with Tom Vialle. Incredible riding today. You were so close to getting Deegan, made some mistakes, but overall, another fantastic day for you. Take us through Thunder Valley.
Big class. First moto was a good fight till 3 quarters to go with Aiden, and I had a small tip over, but overall was a good first moto. And I was really feeling good in the second one. I was in third, catching the guys in front, and I tip over up there on the track. So a little bit frustrated from the crash because my speed was good, and yeah, so I finished third overall. I mean, it's not the best weekend, of course. It's not the best day we want to. Obviously, I want to win, so that's the goal for next weekend. And Yeah, like overall the bike was good today, so obviously I'm really sure that next weekend we're gonna really fight again for the win, and hopefully we can beat Aiden.
Yeah, you're expected to win, man. We
Yeah.
know you're fast. Obviously, you made a couple of mistakes. In the second moto, it was wet, but kind of hard packed with a lot of ruts. That kind of reminded me of a French GP. Was it similar at all or no?
Yeah, it's kind of it's a nice track. I really like the elevation is so high, the bike is super slow, so it's pretty tough in the ruts to get used to it with the bike, because when you open the guys, the bike doesn't respond. So with the balance of the bike, you need to get used to it. But no, overall the track is pretty nice.
So you're feeling comfortable on the bike, fitness-wise? Everything's going great?
Like I said, today everything was good. Fitness, bike, myself, riding. Just avoid those small mistake, and we'll be up there.
Yep, just to be clear, you didn't hurt yourself in those tip overs, did you?
Sorry?
Just to be clear, you didn't hurt yourself in those tip overs? No injuries? You're all good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, just making sure. Well, great start to the year, man. All right, we're here again, a second week in a row with Jalek Swoll, but this week, he stepped it up in that second moto, man. It was freaking phenomenal to watch. It was wet out there, though. Did that affect your riding? Are you good in wet stuff, or what? What was going on out there?
Normally I'm good in the wet, but yeah, it threw me off a little bit. I mean, the track was just so different. The lines all kind of opened up, and I was kind of just in, first moto line, so to speak. So yeah, wasn't the best on my opening laps. Got passed a couple times, and yeah, when Tom got around me, I was like, okay, take a breath, kind of dig in, and yeah, I latched onto the back of Tom. I actually felt like I caught up to the back of him pretty good, and I hit some lappers that kind of just rode the main line, but I mean, no excuses. These guys are going really good, and yeah, I got to go back home and grind a little bit to get that last little step, to match these front four guys. But first moto was P5, went down last lap, got 7th, but yeah, it sucks. But I've pretty much just been a 5th place guy this series, and it's not bad. Obviously we want more, but we'll grind and eventually we'll get there. Just excited to start heading back east.
Yeah, what was your final position in the second moto? Because I left early, I didn't see it. It was 5th?
Yeah.
You were up to like 3rd at one point, were you?
Yeah, I was in 3rd for a little bit.
Didn't Kitchen crash and kind of gave you a position?
Yes, Kitchen went down. I was in 3rd, which actually sucked for me because he had such a good pace in the beginning that it was good for me to be behind him and kind of just latch on, try to kind of gain some stuff that he was doing. But when he went down, that kind of hurt me a little bit, and
you didn't have anything to track.
Yeah.
Because Deegan and who else was? Who
Deegan
finished second?
and Hymas had
good
starts.
was
They were
they were gone.
Yeah, they were already gone in the first 2 laps, and everybody else was kind of in a battle. And yeah, so I was in like no man's land a little bit. But I mean, those guys just had a little bit more speed than me today, and that's fine. We'll get back home, we'll grind, and yeah, try to take it to them in the East Coast.
Yeah, you a little bit better this weekend from last weekend. Did anything change, or just feeling better?
Honestly, Hangtown, I went from 16th to 6th in the first moto, and then I went down on the last lap and got 8th. But that's why I say, in other interviews, I felt like I was riding good.
It just didn't show.
Yeah, I just didn't have good starts to show. But 16th to 6th in this class is pretty gnarly, and then obviously that very next moto, I was running 6th all moto, and literally last lap again got passed by 2 people. So the more we race, I feel the more my fitness comes around, the more I've been learning the bike, and yeah, we've been getting better.
Yeah, you're on the precipice of that top group, man. A little bit more and you'll get there.
I've been a 5th place guy this series, so
I'm sure you'll get there, man.
Yeah,
you're moving in the right direction. Good stuff from. All right, we're here with Triumph's Joey Savatgy. It's been a very up and down start to the year for you, man. I'm assuming you got mixed emotions right now. Just take us through Thunder Valley and overall the beginning of your year.
Yeah, I mean, it's speed's been good, it's just I haven't given myself an opportunity to see where I stand. So yeah, it's excuse me, it's frustrating. That's where I'm at right now. Just kind of my brain is just going overtime. I want to get away with them one time just to see where I stand, because I believe that if I can get away with them, then I'll be fine. But they're too good to. I can't be getting away in 15th place and expect to be competitive. It's just not. It's not really feasible, especially when a lot of those guys are starting up front. So yeah, I'm frustrated. My bike works well. My speed's been good.
So it's just starts and mistakes that you're kind of struggling with?
Yeah, I mean, half my motos, first turn, Pala, crash. Last weekend, first moto, we had that bike issue, first turn crash this weekend, so you take 50% of my races and you might as well throw them out the window, you know, so it's, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm frustrated right now, just trying to figure it out. That's all I can do, and go home, have another good week, and come out swinging next weekend.
So you had a long off season to build for this season. How did that go? In general, I heard it was really good.
Yeah, it was. Like, I was happy with the progress. I worked on some things that I felt like I maybe struggled with before, and yeah, I mean, honestly, I couldn't have asked for much more. Like, I was happy with my progress. I felt good. My fitness feels good. Like, everything feels good. I just, again, getting away outside of the top 10 is not acceptable, and I need to figure that out sooner than later.
So the general consensus online is that you're potentially a podium rider if you don't make the mistakes. So do you think that is feasible after seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, again, I don't have any reason to believe that I'm not, you know, like, my speed is good in qualifying, and I've yet to get away top 5 and have an opportunity to go with them. You know, obviously, first moto last weekend in Hangtown, like, Deegan was 4th or 5th, and I was right behind him, so, like, finally I was in a position where I could go with them. You know, it was like 12-minute mark, kind of halfway, kind of start figuring it out. And then we had an unfortunate issue, so like, I didn't even get to see where it played out. So, I mean, again, I don't see a reason why I can't be. I haven't had a straight up got away up front and just couldn't make it happen. You know, everything has been coming from the back. So until that happens, I still believe I can be a podium guy. It's just, again, at the end of the day, talk is cheap, right? So, yeah, if I can get off the gate and then put myself up front, like, I believe that it's doable.
Overall, how you liking the Triumph?
Yeah, it's been good.
I know you're pissed off that you couldn't race Supercross. You were ranting a lot about that. That sucks.
It's a little bogus, but, you know, like, I'm happy with the team. They've done a good job. It's just, yeah. Right now, like I said, I'm frustrated because I want to perform for them, and I haven't been able to. So.
Well, stay off the ground, and we know you can do good, man. Thanks so much for taking the time. All right, we're with Muck Off Club FXR Yamahas, Coty Schock. Not the greatest start to the season. You mentioned you were struggling. Obviously, the elevation too. Overall, how was your day at Thunder Valley?
Today was killer. 14-13 on the day. Don't know the overall. They haven't posted that yet. But we had a lot of positives. I mean, I got 2 really good starts. I think those between like 5 and 8, both starts, and yeah, kind of got shuffled back a little bit.
Did you tip over? I could have sworn.
That first moto I fell.
Yeah.
I think right after halfway when I was in 10th. Unfortunate.
You good? No injuries?
I mean, I smashed my thumb, I smashed my pinky.
Oh, geez.
Do I know how? No. But it's dirt bikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a killer day. Just gotta take all the positives, carry it to next week, and just continue to log in more laps, because that's all I need right now.
Yeah.
I don't need to test anything. I don't need anything special on the bike. I just need to ride the bike the way it is and just be better. So, yeah, it'll come.
So you had an incredible Supercross season. Have you had struggles setting up motocross setups, or no?
Yeah, in a way, yes. But it's not necessarily all the bike. It's more so me. Like, as I get faster, we're having to change the setups as we go. And you know, could a lot of it be me? I mean, I didn't race for 2 years outdoors, so kind of just getting thrown in and learning. What's going on? Yeah, I got a lot of learning to do myself. So I never blame the team. I never try to blame the bike. I just know that I personally need to be better, and yeah, just keep growing.
So obviously, like you mentioned, you were on 450s a few years ago, and you were like the privateer story of the year.
Yeah.
So obviously switching to 250, there's got to be some struggles. How's that been?
Yeah, honestly, it's been good. It definitely teaches you a lot. I've definitely learned to carry more momentum with the 250, and you have to fight the entire time.
Yeah, especially that start. I didn't realize how friggin' steep it was, man.
Yeah, me either. I forgot how steep it was. But like, I feel like with the 450 class, the gaps get pretty, you know, spread out towards the end of the 30 minutes. Where 250s, you always have somebody right on your rear tire.
Yep.
And yeah, you have to fight till the very end, and it's a learning curve, that's for sure. But we all love a good challenge, and I'll conquer it one day.
Do you know where you're standing in points?
No idea.
No.
I mean, considering that I went 18, 19, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get like 13 or 14th overall today. I don't know, but
What would your goal be for the year? That's a better question. Where would you want to be in the
for
points?
outdoors or SMX?
Outdoors.
Outdoors, realistically, top 15. I'm good with that.
It's a baseline goal. You can beat that, definitely.
Yeah.
For
But
SMX, like you mentioned. So where do you plan on standing on that? Obviously, you had a
I'd
good
like to hover around
Supercross.
top 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great goal for you.
Yeah,
it's possible.
I try to keep my goals realistic. I'm not gonna tell you, oh, at the end of the season I'm gonna be getting podiums. No.
Yeah.
I haven't even got a 10. I gotta, I came into the first round wanting a top 15, and I wasn't even close to that. So now I, got a top 15. Now we can start being like, okay, let's get a 12, let's get 11, let's get a 10. So we gotta start somewhere.
As part of it, learning the new team, how are you feeling? Are you getting acclimated to the new team?
The team's great.
Yeah.
I'm fully acclimated to that.
And 3-year deal, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you're
love
set
it.
up, man.
I'm stoked.
Well, great start to the year, good foundations. Look forward to seeing what you got this summer. All right, we're here with Phoenix Honda's Cullin Park. Not the best of days, but not the worst. You got points, that's kind of all that matters. Build off from that overall. How was Thunder Valley?
Yeah, rough day for sure. I mean, trying to take the positives, but it's just hard. Looking at the results sheet going 2019, far from what I want. I did make some improvements from last weekend. Bike was a lot better. I feel like my riding was honestly better. Obviously, you look at the results and it doesn't.
Don't be
show
too hard
that.
on yourself, though. This is a deep friggin' field.
Yeah, it's deep, but it's everyone's kind of dealing with the same thing. Sponsors don't care how deep it is; they just want to see results. So definitely trying to build off of that. And yeah, happy to go east. Obviously, first time here in Thunder Valley, and fun track, and just figuring out the altitude and all that. You're always expecting your bike to be slow.
Yeah.
Then you get here and it's honestly slower than like what you're expecting. You're just
I was
like,
gonna
dude,
ask
what?
if you struggle with that.
Yeah, for sure. Like first qualifier, I'm just like, dude, like I feel like I'm on a 125, like having to hit first gear and stuff on a 450. So yeah, overall, obviously, like I said, on paper, not a good day, but we're gonna take the positives and move on to high point.
So there's a big change dirt-wise. Last couple weeks have been dry and kind of concrete-like, and this week mile-long ruts. So how'd you acclimate to that?
Yeah,
Was it bad?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the old Thunder Valleys, obviously I haven't raced them, but they were much ruttier than this weekend. Obviously, I would kind of prefer the slower, techie style track, and definitely something I'm struggling on right now. I just need to go back home and get used to grabbing myself in between the legs and letting it hang out. I need to be better in qualifying. I need to be better at the beginning of those motos, and yeah, if I can figure that out, figure out my starts, I think we're going to be in the mix.
Is there anything specifically you're struggling with, or no? Just fitness good, bike's all right?
Fitness is good, yeah, bike's good. It's more on me,
Just get acclimated?
I just need to deliver, and haven't done that yet. So I think mainly it's just my starts. My starts have been really poor. So I think if I can start up there, break away with that front group, that's going to really kind of dictate your whole race.
Yeah, well, you made strong building points, a good foundation. Just got to go up from here, man.
Yeah,
Good luck to you. All right, we're here with Mark Fineis. He corrected me on that. I thought it was Phineas. Dude, start up the season. You were the best guy on your team, the 250 class. For an incredible start. Last weekend, not so much. Today was all right, but not as good as the first one. In the second moto, you looked incredible, though. That was good. I don't know where you finished overall because they didn't print it. What was your overall?
I haven't even looked. I think someone's getting protested, so they haven't released the results
Oh,
yet.
really?
But I was like 18th, 16th on the start, and I went on a tear the first lap, and I got into like 8th on the first lap, and I was sitting there for 15 minutes, and then I started shuffling back because I'm not quite used to that speed yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. Did you fall over once today? You were off the berm, right?
I fell twice in the first moto, and then I fell once on the 2 laps to go, and then I did a front flip and landed on my head.
Oh.
Kind of kicked my neck a little bit. I was hurting. Tried to salvage as much as I could. Ended up 15th that moto, but I was sitting either 10th or 11th, which I was stoked on that.
Yeah.
But all I had to do was bring it home, but I just threw it away, man. Got to learn how to manage.
Overall, how's the start of the year for you, though? Is the bike feeling good? You're feeling acclimated to the racing scene?
Yeah, I feel more comfortable than I thought I was gonna be.
Are you surprised where you're finishing, or no?
My expectations for myself is quite a bit higher than actually what I've been finishing. I want to be in the top 10 consistently because I know I can be there with a good start. I just haven't got that start yet. I've had to constantly come from the back, or I have a tip over. Just things happen. I just need to put everything together.
Yeah. Well, don't be too hard on yourself. You got a great foundation to build on. You are good though? No injuries from that crash?
No injuries. I got worked on by Dr. Nick. He's my chiropractor. I'm all cracked and adjusted up.
Yeah. You said when you hit your head, was that the one up at the top of the hill you went down? I saw you over the berm. Was that when you hit your head or no?
No, I didn't hit my head. I landed on my head and
and your
my
neck. Okay. Yeah. So you're good though?
I'm good.
All right.
Just
great start to the year.
A little bit sore, but we'll come swinging at high point.
Yeah. Great foundation. You really surprised me in the first round, man. You're doing great. Continue building from that.